Okay, so I promised you guys I would make a things that piss me off. I don't even know what number we're on anymore. I'm gonna go with 8 because I like that number. It's a good number. Alright. And I told you in this previous video that it was going to be directed directly directed to the male species. They have a species all on their own. Okay, they're their own thing. Okay, things that piss me off most about guys is when you tell them to stop doing something. Example, they think it's cute to tickle you. You tell them laughingly, because you have to laugh because you're tickled, but it pisses you off, but you can't stop laughing. To stop tickling you. This is just an example. And they don't stop because they think that you think that it's funny. But when you get done and you punch them, then they are questioning why you punched them. And you tell them, because you tickled me, you bastard, and I told you to stop. And they are puzzled and have no idea what you're talking about because they thought that you thought it was funny and you didn't. That pisses me off. And that was just a small example. Like, I mean, they think that it's really cute to dead weight on you or to randomly run up behind you and swing you around a million freaking times and you throw up, or what else? They think that it's funny to do something annoying. Okay, this is hard to explain. Alright, actually, no, it's not. You probably understand exactly what I'm talking about, but I'm trying to give you specific examples. Like, my boyfriend, dear Lord, pisses me off more than anyone in this world, and yet I love him. But he'll do little things, and I'm trying to give you an example, but he does it so often that I can't think of one. Like, it's gonna take a second. Hang on. Okay, if he's driving, and I'm in the car with him. No, actually, flip that. I'm driving. He's in the car next to me. This happened recently, and I have people in the back of my car. My car, I have a Mustang, by the way. It's not made to seat 4 people, plus a whole bunch of presents and everything. This is Christmas. It's not made for all that weight. It's just not. Nope, and my transmission's going out. So, I was irritated that I cannot stand the smell of alcohol. Like, breathing into my face and in the car. I hate that smell driving because I get motion sick as it is. So, it put me in a really bad mood, and I was like clutching the wheel, and I'm just pissed off, and I don't want to hear anything. I don't want anyone to fucking talk. I don't want to hear music. I tell him this. I'm like, guys, all you just gotta just shut up. Just let me drive. We're gonna get there. We'll be fine. Merry fucking Christmas, but just shut up. Really. I just don't want to hear anything. I don't want anyone to speak. I don't want to hear a word. And I don't want any music. Don't touch me. I'm driving. That's how I am when I'm stressed. And it smells like booze in my car. And there's like 4 people, and I'm claustrophobic. And the weather's horrible, and I'm just stressed. Oh, and I got not to mention, I have a new transmission that I have in my car, which weighs approximately 200 pounds. My boyfriend weighs 220. I weigh 120. My mom weighs like 140. My uncle weighs like 160. That is a lot of weight. Not to mention all the other shit that they brought with them. So, I was stressed. I tell everyone, shut the fuck up. Just let me drive. I'm driving, and what does Charlie decide he's going to do? Let's crank up the bass. Let's go do. And I'm just like, oh my god. And I turn it off, and he's like, don't touch my radio. I was like, bitch, I paid $1,500 for this car. Okay, it might be our car, but it's mine. And when I'm driving, and I'm the one in charge of our lives, don't fucking touch the radio. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. Especially when I tell you not to touch it the first time we get in the car. Like the moment we're all in the car, and I tell you not to mess with it. Oh, I'll just turn it down. No, bitch. Oh, no, I said no. I said no. The male species, and I'm not saying every single one of you guys with penises, but 90% of you, no offense. And for the 10%, I'm happy for you. You were very lucky. But for the 90% of male population, species, correction, 90% of the male species of humanity that doesn't know what the word no means or has their own definition. When a woman tells you not to do something and you can tell she's irritated, the best option for you is to not do it. It's that simple. And if you do it, just know you're probably not going to get laid anytime soon. Just saying. And if it wasn't Christmas, that's the only exception. If you get them, and I'm talking about women now, if you get them pissed off, but on a good day, like it's Christmas, like another holiday, the birthday, you gotta have Christmas, birthday, holiday sex. You just got to. I mean, it's a thing. But other than that, if they're as stubborn as I am, no sex. I went like a whole 2 fucking weeks. Nothing. He wonders why. That and I was sick. So I guess there's another reason. Anywho, enough about my sex life. Let's see, what else ticks me off about guys? Okay. Get this. When you got a car, he has a car, and say there's an awkward situation where perhaps you bought the car from him or he helped you buy the car or something like that. In this situation, I bought the car from him. And he says it's our car. Okay. And every time you guys want to go somewhere and he doesn't want to take his car, or you want to take your car, he wants to drive it. Because it's our car. I never get to drive my car. He always wants to drive my car. Everywhere. Every time. And when we're somewhere and I'm driving and we stop, he's like, oh, let me drive the rest of the way. No, bitch, it's my car. I want to drive. If I didn't want to drive, I tell you I didn't want to drive and I tell you to drive. That's simple. And then when he says, oh, no, we're just going to take my car, I should have the same freedom as if I had my car. Now, he has a 5-speed, which is a stick shift. Does anyone know? If anyone doesn't know what a stick shift is, I'm sorry, Google it, because I'm not explaining it, okay? I can't drive a stick shift. I only drive automatics. Yeah, I know, I'm a pussy, whatever you want to call me. Point is, if he says, we're going to take my car to go somewhere, I would think that he would get it in his mind that if I want to go somewhere to get, like, say, food, that we should just be able to go without it being a problem. But apparently it's not. It's not like that. See, guys think that if they drive somewhere, like their house, you should just sleep there, and then when they're ready to go somewhere, that's okay. See, if I want food, no. Can't take my car or nothing. Well, I couldn't take his car even if I wanted to, but it's a problem. I should have the same mobility rights as if we took my car, because I can take my car anywhere I want to go. I just don't understand why they think that it's such a problem to just wake up and go get food and go back to sleep. And when it's like 5 p.m. and you got plenty of time to sleep. Okay. So those are the few of the things that relationships, male species, does that makes me mad. I'm going to continue. Let me think. Oh my god. Alright, so what's really cute about my boyfriend and me, our relationship, is that we have matching cars. He's got a 1996, I have a 1995, but they're both Mustangs. Okay, and they're both, you know, customized a little bit. Mine's a little more than his. Okay, mine's a lot more than his customized, but his interior is better than my interior, but my exterior is better than his exterior. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got a better paint job. His paint job's kind of needs a redo, but he's really good interior, and my interior's kind of falling apart. Yeah, okay. But he thinks because he has a 5-speed that it is so much better than my car. When originally it was his car anyways. I don't think so. No. But that's not what I'm getting at. What I'm getting at is that every time we are somewhere, it doesn't matter where. We could be at Dollar General, we could be at the hospital, and this really did happen. A hospital. We could be pulling out of his driveway. going down the road, he is going to do a burnout. Especially if I'm not in the car with him. Or if he's showing off for a family member, guy friend, somebody like that. And I was at the hospital because I had to go to the emergency room with my mom. My mom was sick. And he decides he's going to meet us there, which is very nice of him because I don't feel like sitting there for hours while my mom is in the hospital doing shit. And when he drops us back off at the hospital to my car, he does a burnout from my car to the stop sign, a stop sign to the next stop sign, stop sign to the next stop sign to the highway. That's like 4 or 5 burnouts right there. In a hospital where there are tons of cops, by the way, but no, he's gonna, and he knows it irritates me. Like, he does it on purpose to irritate me. Like, okay, guys watching this video, maybe you can answer me this question. What is it with irritating and pissing your girlfriends off that is so humorous, funny, or fun for you to do? Because I don't understand it. It's not fun for me. Certainly isn't fun for you later whenever I'm not going to do anything with you. I mean, it makes no sense to do it, but you do it anyways. I don't get it. I mean, is that your form of stubbornness? Like, my form of stubbornness is, I'm going to give you an example. We are at Hookah Lounge. I wanted to get my guitar out of the back of his car so I could play. He said that the strings, it was untuned. So I was like, okay, that's fine, I'll just tune it. I get it inside, and I'm like, what the hell's wrong with my guitar? The strings are really loose. I'm like, okay, it came way out of tune, I'm trying to do it. The neck is snapped. On his time, and anybody listening, what do you think happened? If I tell my boyfriend, alright, I'm gonna let you borrow my guitar. You can take it home with you. Just make sure you take it out of the car, or that it stays warm while you're in the car, but it has to come home with you, and it has to stay inside, and it has to be warm. Otherwise, the strings are gonna tighten really, 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 really tight. And when strings tighten that tight, the neck can snap. What part of just keeping it warm do you not understand? If something breaks on someone's watch, like it doesn't matter if they purposely did it or not, if it was an accident, or they knew or not. Something breaks on someone's time. Like, if it was an airport, if my guitar had broken in an airport, but it was airport, and it was on their time inside the airplane, I'm going to sue them. If it's in my boyfriend's car, it's like I'm going to sue my boyfriend. Of course I'm not going to sue my boyfriend. I just would expect him to take responsibility for it because it happened on his time, for him to replace it. No. He gets pissed at me and says that I'm inferring that he did it on purpose or something like that. Put it this way, I have one guitar now besides my electric. That one doesn't count. That one's just there because it's my first one. It's bad luck to sell your first one. I have one guitar that I can play now. Not 2. Not twins. That I worked so hard to have. 1. And it's my fault. And my version of stubbornness is when I go outside to cry about my guitar, put it in his car and cry about it, and he doesn't want to support me, and he wants to point fingers and say it was my fault for blaming him or something like that, when that sounds retarded, I'm going to sit there in the freezing cold. I'm going to fucking cry by myself because he's punishing his girlfriend for something he did, and I'm going to sit there until he comes back out of that hookah bar and says, sorry baby, it's cold outside, come inside. It may take up to a fucking hour, but I will sit there. That is what stubbornness. Not burnout. Alright, so that is the things that piss me off about guys. And for the 10%, again, I apologize. But for the 90% of you, and most of you don't know who you are, shame on you for annoying your girlfriends to the point where you have to make vlogs about it. Anyways, I love you guys. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you subscribe and watch, like my page. Go on my page if you want my Facebook. There is a link there. So, I love you guys, and have a wonderful afternoon, Bye.